Good. Can you?
Well,
Go ahead.
more space for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Glad.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners to order. Commissioner Bloomer and myself are present. Mr. Taylor is here on behalf of Commissioner Mon. Notice meeting was properly posted on December 16th of 2021. And I can't even remember who it is that's supposed to do the prayer and pledge. I think it might be mine, so I will go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and please rise as you're able. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for all the blessings of a free country and the opportunity to deliberate here on matters of the public business. We ask your wisdom upon all of us here present making decisions. We ask your blessings upon all those assembled, and especially for our special honorees today. And we just ask that in this season of Advent and the upcoming for the anniversary of the birth of your Son, that we keep in mind the tremendous blessings you have provided us in every aspect of our lives. We ask this in the name of that Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord and Savior. Amen. Please join me in the pledge. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, our first item is approval of the minutes of December 6th and 10th. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item 2 is our claims. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval on our claims.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 3 is a recommendation from purchasing. Ms. Boso.
Good morning. Item 3 is for CW 22025-2 Highway Materials Supplies and Services. This is a routine bid we do out every 6 months. 17 bids were received back based upon final evaluation and tabulation of bids received. We also checked with each of the 3 districts and talked with the superintendents. I am recommending award to the low vendor for the following categories: cement slurry to Oklahoma Cement Solutions, curb and gutter to Atlas Paving Company, concrete material to DeLisi, pipe to Dub Ross, oils to Vance Brothers, and the AEP oil to Ergon Asphalt, steel items grater blades to Dub Ross, cement kiln dust to Silver Star Construction, hauling crushed materials and recommending to Bernie Mathis, Brown Transportation, and AA Trucking. I am recommending award of native materials of all bids received that met specifications. Each department, according to Title 19 statutes, will be responsible for determining lowest and best upon availability, price, and transportation cost when those construction projects pop up throughout the year. And those categories are for aggregates, asphalts, and sands. This is the same type of award that we do for highway materials every cycle.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval of the recommendation of the purchasing office.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 4.
Item 4 is for P22930-07 for the District 3 Facility Generator Project. Based upon bids received and final evaluation, I am recommending award to the lowest bidder, Native Energy Source, LLC, in the amount of $69,353.
Is there a motion? I'll go ahead and move it since
Yeah.
it's for my
I'll
yard.
second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 5.
Printing of voter ballots at CW 22075. Invitations to bids were sent out and bids were received. And based upon final evaluation, there's a strict certification process through the state in order for people to be able, or companies to print voter ballots. Royal Printing Company has been a longtime partner with Oklahoma County, generally the only bidder, and they were again the only bidder that bid. There's about 4 different companies for the entire state of Oklahoma, and they are the ones in our area that take care of Oklahoma County. So I am recommending an award to the low vendor and the only vendor, a Royal Printing Company.
Is there a motion?
I'll move the recommendation of the purchasing office.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And our blanket purchase order, is there any change?
No
Is
changes.
there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our consent agenda, is there any individual consideration? If not,
I'll move approval.
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now, we have a very special presentation that we're going to do. I would recognize our county clerk, Mr. Hooten.
If Kelly Henry would please come to the podium. This is resolution number 2021-10466, a resolution honoring Kelly Henley on her retirement and the 20 years of dedication and outstanding service to Oklahoma County. Whereas Kelly Henley will retire on December 22nd, 2021, after a 20-year career with the Oklahoma County Clerk's Office in service to the citizens of Oklahoma County. And whereas Kelly began her career in the Oklahoma County Clerk's Department on July 15, 2001, after a 16-year career as purchasing director at Cimarron County. She spent her first year at Oklahoma County in the purchasing department on loan as the interim director before moving to finance department, where she spent the next 19 years. And whereas Kelly has done an amazing job as a finance supervisor, working with all the county departments, assisting with their budgets, estimate of needs, maintaining the county clerk's budget, preparing the county budget book, preparing the budget board and budget evaluation team agendas and minutes, and preparing financial reports, among so many other things that are too numerous to list. And whereas Kelly is more than a coworker, she is part of the county family and a dear friend to all of us. We've enjoyed hearing about her family life and getting to know her family, including her husband, Billy, son, Billy Dell, daughter, Crystal, daughter-in-law, Michelle, daughter-in-law, Crystal, granddaughter, Ava, and grandson, Nico. And whereas Kelly has always gone above and beyond anything that was asked of her, her work ethic and integrity are unmatched, and she has earned the respect and appreciation from all the co-workers and all other county departments. She's always been kind and good-natured and will do anything for anyone. These qualities have never gone unnoticed, which is why she is beloved and has made such a lasting relationship. And whereas it is with sincere gratitude, we wish her a retirement full of happiness, spending her time with her family and friends, spoiling her grandkids, cheering on her beloved Oklahoma Sooners, and doing the things she has always desired to do. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby recognize the significant contributions made by Kelly Henley and congratulate and thank her for her 20 years and 5 months of service to Oklahoma County in the Oklahoma County Clerk's Office. Approved this 20th day of December 2021.
Speech.
Oh, I'm going to miss everyone so much. County family means everything to me, and I've enjoyed working with every one of you I'll truly miss you.
Well, likewise. Come on up. First of all, is there a motion?
I will happily move approval.
And I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now come on up and let's get a photo here, Sheriff.
Kelly, can I ask you, how many different clerks have you worked for?
Just 3.
3, okay.
Too late to hug you out.
I mean, yes.
There's a short reception going on during this meeting and after the meeting down on all our floor.
Okay. All right. Okay, item 28. I don't know who is presenting this one.
This is a
This may have come from
continuation,
policy and
the
governance. Yeah,
COEB.
sorry, go ahead.
COEB needs a representative from Oklahoma County, so this has been brought forward. You referenced checking your dates. I think it's every other month on like the 3rd Thursday. But Commissioner is willing to attend these meetings.
And I will happily move that we appoint Commissioner Mon as the BOCC representative for the board.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, District 1.
Item number 29, and Joe is here if we have any additional questions. Excuse me. Is an mutual cooperation agreement with the city of Del City, and I believe they will be paying 100%.
That is correct.
And I believe this is on, let's see, Southeast 12th Street from Tilly to Southeast 13th Street. We love working with Del City. They're very easy to work with, and we enjoy doing projects for them. So this project is not to exceed $40,000.
Okay,
There are
questions?
No questions. I will move the item.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 30.
And then Joe, I just want to double check. Is item 31 a
31
duplicate?
duplicates.
Okay.
We can strike whichever you prefer.
Okay.
And real quick, this is with Millwood Schools. They've done a lot of work through a bond issue. This is to assist them with getting some sod put down to help with some erosion. They're paying all the materials, and we're reimbursing Highway Cash about $1,100.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move the item.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. And then item 31, I will move to strike.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, District 2, item 32.
Yeah, it should have been a BOCC item, but this is the annual receipt for membership for Association of County Commissioners. There have been some question previously this year of referencing the actual abilities or items that we get from the association, and Commissioner just wanted to confirm with you to whether or not you wanted to continue our membership.
Last time we deferred this, and I had hoped to have time myself and would certainly encourage the other commissioners to contact ACO. I know there have been some concerns expressed, not just by our county, but by others about whether that organization is a good fit for Oklahoma County and other larger counties. And I have not had that opportunity to do so, and as a practical matter, won't until probably before our second meeting in January. I am happy to ask to defer it again if you would prefer not to and vote on it now. I'll vote no, but I would be happy to visit with ACO and express those concerns that I know at least some commissioners from other counties have expressed as well, involving how they act on behalf of counties at the legislature with regard to CIRB in particular. But So if you prefer to vote on it today, that's fine. I'll just vote no. But if not, I would ask that we defer it to our meeting on January. I'm not sure if it's the 17th or 18th that we're meeting.
I think it's a Tuesday.
It is Tuesday because of Martin Luther King Day. So that's correct. Okay. So unless you, okay. Well, I would move that we defer this. Oh, I should, Mr. Taylor, do you have any other direction?
Yeah, District 2 is fine with deferring.
Okay. I would go ahead and move that we defer it to our January 18 meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And item 33.
This is an annual letter we receive from probation and parole programs asking for the ability to utilize our jury assembly room on those particular dates.
Okay.
Pretty routine. Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I do have a very quick question. Sheriff, are you here? Are we required to provide security on site for this program, or do they provide their own security? Okay.
Okay. I'm going to ask that we defer items 34 and 35 until after we've dealt with the BET items. So unless there's objection, we'll go ahead and move those down. So item 36, we have benefits and retirement. Mr. Wilkerson.
Good morning. This is for an approval with Channel Bound, an agreement that does our annual tax reporting forms for our health plan. This is heard by the budget board last week. Total amount is $6,158, and this is just an annual renewal.
Okay, are there any questions? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Budget evaluation team, Mr. Compton, are you here? Oh, Mr. Blau. We did. The only question I'll have is, how much is left in the CARES Act fund? That's a Danny Lambert question. Is Mr. Lambert here? He was here. There he is. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and vote on these, and then we can ask. So.
Okay. I'll move approval on item 37.
Second. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. And item 38, I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
39.
39, move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
40.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then 41. This also.
I
No, it's
remember
40,
what
I'm
this is.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we did do 40. 41.
I'll move approval on item 41 as well.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Now, Mr. Lambert, how much money is left in the CARES Act account?
Okay, there is, after all the actions taken by the budget board and some estimated funds for medical reimbursements that we've identified, the remaining balance is $164,171.76.
Are we anticipating any other funds coming in before the end of the year?
We are not.
Okay, so on items 34 and 35, we do have some public comment. Just these are effectively duplicative. The goal would be just to not risk anything lapsing, and to put that remaining balance is just a catch-all so that we don't either lose funds or have them go unspent. We do have a public comment, Sean Cummings.
Morning, everybody. I see we're revisiting the CARES Act funds again. I assume you all have a copy of the attachment from 34 that Mr. Calvi provided. Do you all have that? Can you pull that up, please? I've only got 1 minute, so I'm going to go ahead and roll down to it. If you go through this, it's actually pretty well written until you get to the point of payroll costs. where it says $278,000 staff time spent on COVID-related matters, but there's no itemization, which there is on everything else, which would set the precedent for expecting itemization on this specific item, which doesn't exist. There's also 12.1 on the tail end of it, security cameras for facial recognition. There's no possible way that has anything to do with COVID. The reason I bring these items up is you all are dealing with $150 million that you want to use for the jail, and we can't trust you with these items right here. Any audit would scratch this. I would like to know, did the accountant approve of this, or did Butch Freeman approve of this? Because this looks like sketchy accounting where we found some lost money and just did a copy and paste and brought it up. It doesn't match anything else in that invoice. And that's all I got. And it's not the same as the two. 35 is taking the leftover money without any relation to COVID whatsoever, give it back to the federal government. We've been at this for over a year and a half. It's not your money, Mr. Calvi. It's the federal government's money. Thank you.
Okay, well, on item 34, there are a number of items that the jail trust management has identified that would be COVID related that could be a good use for the remaining, out of our original 47 million, there's 164,000 left. So kind of in the scheme of things, a small amount, but there are things that they do have an immediate need for. And the thought is that rather than let funds lapse, that we use those funds for items at our jail. I think it's well established that we do have a need at our jail to improve the conditions there, both for the safety of those who work there as well as the living conditions for those who are inmates there. And for that reason, I put forth that the amount in the agenda item is not to exceed 754,000. We don't have that much left. So I would just simply say up to the amount that Mr. Lambert identified is left in the CARES Act funds would be appropriate. With that, I'll be happy to answer questions from you commissioners.
I just want to make sure I understand, and maybe Commissioner Calvi or Danny can answer this, but it says from the remaining balance in the salary and benefits accounts to the Criminal Justice Operating Authority. Do we have CARES money sitting in a salary and benefits account? Kelly's shaking her head yes. Okay.
Mr. Lambert.
Is that where all of our remaining CARES funds are sitting? I just want to make sure that if we take this action that the agenda item is correct.
This item 34, is actually the amount left over in the Criminal Justice Authority. If you recall, this board transferred money to the Criminal Justice Authority for salary and benefits.
Okay.
They have remaining money that they did not spend from that transfer. They're asking to be able to utilize that money for other COVID-related expenses that are attached to this item.
Okay.
That money is at the Criminal Justice Authority. It's not part of the 164,000
Right.
that I mentioned earlier.
The other one would be, okay, so with regard to that, that's an authority to spend those funds on some of the items that they have related here.
So on item 34, are you saying that we don't need to take action on item 34 because it's money that the trust already has in their account?
Yeah, it's basically a request from them saying, you guys transferred money for salary and benefits. They didn't use it all for salary and benefits. They want to use the remaining $754,000 for other COVID-related expenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron, do we have to do that, or do they have the authority to move within their budget? I don't think we have to do that.
Then
Yeah.
trust can spend the money
Yeah.
as they wish within their own account.
Okay.
I think since they asked and we're hoping for some guidance, that we put that on there.
Yeah, I can't tell the trust how to spend their money.
I don't disagree with that. I think they wanted to ask if, I guess, there was something else we wanted it for or something like that. I don't think it hurts anything to move the item. The posture of that is if it would lapse, but there are some items for which that could be spent that very much are COVID related over there, and would ask your consideration so that we don't let any money lapse, that we go ahead and transfer that to the Criminal Justice Authority for COVID-related purposes at the jail.
Okay. Aaron, I just want to make sure that it's okay that we don't have an amount in here. It just says remaining CARES funds.
Can I ask, is this money that's in the county still?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think it needs to specify a maximum amount that's gonna be transferred.
Can he make that in his motion?
No, I think the agenda item needs to specify that.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll do an item that says up to a certain amount. First one is monthly report of fees. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve item 51.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then the credit cards for out-of-state travel, item 52.
Yes, this is discussion and possible action regarding us getting credit cards for travel, out-of-state travel, allowed by section 1506 of Title 19 of Oklahoma statutes. And if you have any questions, I can have the perfect way to answer.
Among other things, which would be extradition and things of that nature. Right.
Do you know how many deputies will have access to one of these?
We currently have 6 deputies on the transport team.
Okay.
These cards are issued in the name of the county though, and not to each individual deputy, so they're
Okay.
just assigned out
Okay.
as needed.
And when the deputy gets to use the card, will he or she have to go through some type of training or briefing on the policies?
Yes, and
Okay.
there's a complete process on the handling of it on the back end.
Okay.
It's in the purchasing handbook that was put together by the OSU.
Okay. No other questions.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have one other item that I know would interest the sheriff, and it involves trying to see which number it is. I'll take it, that's in PBA, so. Okay,
Thank you.
we do have on item 50.
Before you are the scores, and you can see the ranking that the top 3 firms are Accenture, Ernst & Young, and Bridge RM. We invited,
Are there representatives here from each of those groups?
yes, I believe so.
Okay. I have a few questions. I would love to hear from each group where you are currently doing this work with ARPA in Oklahoma and maybe in other states. You don't have to go into great detail, but I would just love to know what other governments you're working with.
Okay, we'll do one firm at
Okay.
a time. Would you all like to go first since you're on the front row? Introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners and Mr. Taylor. I'm Melissa Glenn. I'm a partner at Ernst & Young, and I'm very happy to be here again. Overall, we are working, as I mentioned, I think we provided a handout, working with about 100 clients on either CARES Act. Obviously, the agenda item was very relevant to a lot of the work that we have undertaken. We're working some work with the state of Oklahoma that's relevant related to Recovery Act, looking at duplication of funds. We have work across the country with multiple counties. And as we highlighted, we're advisor to the Bloomberg Philanthropies and with the National Association of Counties, but working across the country.
Thank you.
Is there a representative from Bridge RM?
Good morning, Commissioners. Thanks for having us here today. We are an Edmond, Oklahoma firm, and we are partnered with Grant Thornton. So we provide the local presence. Grant Thornton provides a national presence. We're working with several organizations here with the state of Oklahoma, but none as it relates to ARPA specifically with us. But our partners, Grant Thornton, would provide that experience, and I'll let Kyrie Burke answer to that question.
Yes, hello everyone. we're currently doing this work starting up in Delaware as well as in Virginia. We've been helping them all with their broadband infrastructure type of work. We also have started doing this work as well within Alabama. But that's just a few that I know of as right now. But I'm pretty sure there's more as far as how my firm works. Do you have any specific questions for me?
Thank you.
Last but not least, Accenture.
Hello, Andy Lindsay with Accenture. Pleasure to be here with you today. We're working with over 20 states with ARPA-related funds, care management, working with over 30 states as it relates to COVID-related work. Within our proposal, we submitted a few references, both at the county level as well as the state level. At the county level, Nueces County in Texas was one of our featured counties that we're working with. We also provided the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as well as the state of New York. That's just a small list of our broader client portfolio as it relates to our work related to funds care management. Thank you.
Commissioners, did you have any further questions?
Could we, I would love to hear from a member of Policy and Governance on why you all ranked these three in the top three. Does anyone from Policy and Governance feel comfortable stating that?
Mr. Taylor?
Joe?
All three of you are here.
I would love to hear from Policy and Governance why you all ranked these three firms in the top three. Because I know you all sat through more lengthy presentations on what these firms can provide.
I'm sure all three of us had different approaches to this, but my main goal was to find someone with a local presence and also looking at the fact of what the final dollar it was they were going to charge us. And granted, once they, whoever gets picked, there'll be negotiations. And also under the act, there's a certain level. I think it's 3% of those dollars can be spent on consulting. So I looked at those figures as far as how close can they get to that 3%?
Okay. Mr. Blauer, Mr. Davidson, do you have anything different?
The way that I did this was I put them into tiers, and the top two in my tiers were Bridge and Accenture. The questions that I asked clarifying for Chantel were related to the cost going forward in the contract for this year, as well as potential cost escalations in the contract. I think they're all fairly similar in terms of the work that they do. Some were a little more had done more work in ARPA or CARES to date, but combined, when you looked at the strength of the teams, I think those were your top two.
Okay. Any further questions?
On this handout that we've received, I just want to confirm that there's 3 columns on the evaluation ranking. Is it District 1, District 2, District 3?
Not in that order, but those are the 3 evaluations that I received.
Okay.
They're just randomly put in columns.
Okay.
With each interviewee.
Okay.
I would like to add, kind of off of what Michael Taylor and Joe Blum, and to answer your question, Commissioner Bloomer, through the presentations, we did ask the proposals to provide certain information. And so what were those things? We wanted them to identify who their point of contact would be. So many of them brought their individual point of contact so they can meet them, their experience with Oklahoma law and statutes, their experience with federally funded projects, to talk about the challenges they faced and what those outcomes were. So we got to individually see and hear what it is that each firm has experienced, what their availability and how their flexibility would be working with Oklahoma County, and also, as Joe and Michael Taylor mentioned, to kind of speak on how the fees worked. And each firm is eager to learn more about what Oklahoma County needs, what that scope of work would look like, and how that would financially look like in a contract.
Commissioner Mon, do you have any?
Just to point out for the public,
our committee members voted differently. So that's probably one reason
Surprise.
why they were scratching heads about who to speak for the other, but I do think your two agreed. It was mine that disagreed, so I assume that's what y'all want to do.
Well, I think that, the key thing for me is to, also best practices. In other words, who is doing this around the country that can point out, yes, this is being done somewhere else. To me, that's a very important factor on that. And I think all three finalists have some experience in that. Where the final rankings come out, I mean, from Policy and Governance Committee, we can see where those are, and I am comfortable with that. Commissioner Bloomer, do you have anything further? Would you like to make a motion?
I will move that we select Accenture for our consultant on our ARPA funds.
I will second that. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, very good. Thank you.
And-
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. And as you probably know, being in the business you're in, there's never a dearth of need for consultants on everything. So please, let's keep an open door and on things down the road. So thank you very much.
Thank you all so much.
Okay. Backing up a little bit, we have, I think, item 42, I think is where we left off, correct? Okay, Mr. Hooten.
This would just be a motion to receive.
I'll move to receive the annual financial statements.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 43.
Move to receive.
Okay, there's a motion, and is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And item 44.
This is to name Micah Potter to replace Kelly.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, engineering, item 45.
This is on our plumbing contract. It's a change order for some additional screening partitions in the restrooms. It's $10,300.
Keith, or maybe Stacy can answer this. It's my understanding that this is the last kind of piece of this project that we're aware of.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
We are actually doing a final on the east end tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we'll be switching to the other end.
So they could be ready soon.
Yes.
Okay. I'll move approval on item 45.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 46.
Item 46 was a scheduled public hearing on 50th Street, which is a section line road. However, I think the applicant would like to strike this. They want to make some changes to it and then bring it back to you. So we'll have to do the whole notice thing that we do again, and then so much time has to go by after notice. So we'll have probably a new public hearing date. Yeah, I'll set it in March probably at one of your regular meetings. If the applicant wants to say anything else.
No? Okay.
Okay, I'll
So-
move to strike.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 47. Mr. Monroe.
We have several uplights on the perimeter of this building that are failed. The budget board voted to move $14,784 from the commissioner's unallocated capital into a new line item to make these repairs.
I remember this one. It's how many budget board members does it take to change a light bulb? Okay,
right.
does anybody want to make a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and item 48 is Kent. Is she here? And I'm sorry, I should have put this one up there earlier because people need to get back to work, so. We had lots of guests today and things, so.
Good morning. It's time to recognize our December 2022 Employees of the Month. And our first one is David Snyder from Facilities.
Come on down.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm very pleased to be here today to recognize one of my employees, and he's representative to all of my facilities employees. I'm very proud to work with all 22 of them, 25 of them, including Metro Parking. But David is a very good example of what we try to do from day to day. David is an asset to the county family, as is all of my facility employees. Along with his dependability and hard work, David gladly accepts extra duties, carries out the task with professionalism. The last few months have been tasking, but David has taken this opportunity to rise above the average employee. David is a big reason why facilities management can operate at the level of satisfaction. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't go too far.
Don't go too far. Our next one is Social Services, Christy.
Good morning. I'm pleased to introduce you to our Employee of the Month, Tanya Hernandez. I'm proud to nominate Tanya for the December 2021 Employee of the Month. Tanya is a pharmacy technician for our pharmacy. She already had 6 years of experience as a pharmacy tech before joining our team, and in her time with us has proven to be a great example of a solid, dependable worker. You never have to worry about her doing her job and doing it well. She is a pleasure to have as an employee, and with the high standards that she sets for herself, you can always count on her to be consistent, accurate in her work, and self-motivated. She is practical, level-headed, and has a calm demeanor. And even under stressful circumstances, she carries on with her work in her usual competent and efficient way. She's kind and caring with our clients. She's a supportive coworker, and she's the kind of employee that Oklahoma County can be so proud to have on staff. Thank you.
Come on up.
Yes, they just not signed it.
Move we approve this.
Oh, do we need to do, it does say Employee of the Year on here.
We have not done Employee of the Year yet because we just did Employee of the Month. Okay. Again, January. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so is there a motion?
I'll second Commissioner Mon's motion.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, 49, Juvenile Bureau. Ms. Overshoot.
Good morning. I have a resolution accepting donations for use by Oklahoma County. Whereas Sharon Sy donated clothing to the Oklahoma County Juvenile Bureau's clothing closet, and the following citizens donated candy and pumpkins for the Youth in Detention's Halloween party: Brian Jackson, who is the owner of the Woody Candy Company, Rita, Jackie, Jean, and Scott Wiedemann, and Miss Christy Cobb. And David Medina, with Banging for Jesus, donated a Thanksgiving meal for the youth in detention and the staff on shift that day. Kendall Kelly with Comeback Kids Society donated a PlayStation 4 with controllers and games for the youth in detention. Emily Fees donated 2 hair dryers for the youth in detention. And Hunter Magnus and Chad McLean, owners of Squared Away Landscape, donated landscape valued at over $9,000 to enhance the outside of the Juvenile Justice Center. Whereas Oklahoma County accepts these donations with gratitude, be it therefore resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby accept these generous donations and expresses great appreciation for all of the support received by the citizens of Oklahoma County.
Move to approve with our thanks.
Indeed.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Okay. I think we got, clerk, you'll correct me if I think we got all the items up till now, right? Okay. And then we did 50 through 52. So do we want to go ahead and do the executive session before doing comments and all that?
Sure. I don't have a.
Okay. Is there a motion to recess into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.